In football, there are many different laws that you need to follow, but since football is also about winning, it can sometimes be tempting to break those laws if you can get away with it. And the pros do it. So today, I decided to take a look at 6 football laws that the pros break all the time. Just remember that this is not an encouragement to play unfair. Just because the pros do it doesn't mean that you should. The first rule pro players break all the time is moving at throw-ins. Now, running a bit forward to get more power and momentum on the throw-in is often allowed by the referee. However, I've seen some players run 10 plus meters before actually throwing the ball. And you might think that this is legal because you see it all the time, but the football law actually says that at the moment of delivering the ball, the thrower must throw the ball with both hands from behind and over the head from the point where it left the field of play. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like what I see on the pitch every weekend. Secondly, we have time wasting, which can be done in quite a few different ways. But one of the most hated and frustrating ways to waste time is right after a free kick. I know you've seen players pick up the ball and then run with it for a few meters to then only throw it to the side or up in the air or just in general away, which is both breaking the law and just being a little bit of an annoying jerk. But it's not only after free kicks that we see this, it's after goals being scored or at goal kicks, throw-ins, at corners, you name it. And I think it's something the referees don't punish often enough. The next rule that's also broken a bit too much if you ask me is moving the ball forward at a free kick. If you've watched football for a while, you know that the vanishing spray is something that wasn't always around. And before that, it was very common to move whenever the referee was looking the other way. And it happens a lot in amateur football as well. But even though it's very obvious today when the ball has moved forward, we still see it all the time. And I know that you may gain only a tiny advantage, but I think you'll manage without moving those 5 centimeters as well. And again, it's just annoying. Why do you have to do it? Anyways, for the fourth rule that all pros break, we have entering the penalty area too early on a penalty kick. In the 14th football law, it says that all other players, other than the kicker and the goalkeeper on the defending team, have to be behind the penalty spot and outside the penalty area until the ball is in play again. However, we see this rule being broken time and time again. But I guess you have to break it in a very obvious way for it to be noticed and punished as a foul. And then there's pulling the shirt, which might not be pulling the shirt as crazy as this one, but some light pulling here and there when you can kind of hide it. Now, this is very common in today's football, and it can be really annoying to play against. Because pulling the shirt is not allowed, and a direct free kick is given if a player holds an opponent where pulling the shirt is involved. At least that's what the laws say. But the pros are getting good at hiding it though, and also quite often it's being allowed to a certain extent. Finally, we have the no shirt celebration. Now, this rule hasn't always been around, and it was actually implemented in 2004 to mainly prevent time wasting. So one hell of a job you did there, guys. Anyways, if you remove your shirt after scoring a goal, you'll get a yellow card. However, we've seen this being done after some of the most iconic goals ever scored, where the players simply don't care about the yellow card. Like in 2012, where Aguero scored arguably his most iconic goal ever to win the Premier League. You know, Aguero and all that stuff. But just don't do like Arkadiusz Milik, who was already on a yellow card, then scored what he thought was the winner, took off his shirt, and got another yellow and thus a red card. Only for the goal to then be called off for offside. Which is, by the way, wrong. Because Salernitana had a player outside the VAR camera view and he cancelled the offside. So that was great. Anyways, if you're on a yellow, it's a minus 200 IQ move to take off your shirt. Just don't do it. It's time we take it. But guys, remember that the laws, which the rules are actually called, are there for a reason. And while some may argue that the game's already a mess, imagine if the laws weren't there. But did we miss any other laws that you guys see being broken all the time? Let me know in the comment section right down below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already with the notifications on, and then hit the playlist in the bottom of the screen if you like learning cool football skills that aren't breaking any laws that I know of, at least. And finally, of course, if you need new football gear, click the link to unisportstore.com to your left and go nuts. And with those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.